have, and you have to be ready for this because it's a very special day for her, okay? You have to give a warm welcome to Cerina Vincent. And then now, everyone say happy birthday! It's your birthday today, and you're here with us. It's pretty awesome. Thank you for being here. Hi everyone. Thanks for coming. So have you had a good birthday so far?
Yeah, it's like people who make it, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's been really kind and very, very nice. So yes, it's lovely. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy to be here. My name's Canada Alex. I'm your host for today. We are going to do a little Q&A, and then we're going to turn to you, the audience, to ask your questions. We'll have our mic guy, Marshall, in the back, bring around the microphone, so make sure when we get to that part, raise your hand nice and tall, and we'll have your questions answered, hopefully. All right? So let's get started. So what first made you fall in love with performing and acting?
So good question. So my mother was a dance teacher. So we had a ballet studio in the back of our house just from the time I was born. So it was sort of this literal stage space that was available for make-believe with an attic full of costumes, and so I grew up like making up plays and songs and dances and selling tickets to my friends and family. So I think that it was like always there because of that, or it was nurtured by that. But I definitely, and then I was in second grade and I was in the Christmas play, and I memorized the entire play, like I knew everybody's lines. So, and then I was in a theater ensemble, and I really fell in love with being on, not just on stage, but being a part of the community and the connection, and even backstage, and all the magic that happens with the camaraderie of actors and the crew and all of that.
That is awesome. I love that. So like just right out the gate, you got all of the tools and the, fun right there at your fingertips.
I didn't know that I was getting the tools. Like I didn't know that that was going to be, that would lead me here, but it did.
So speaking of, so your breakout role, Maya, the Yellow Galaxy Ranger on Power Rangers. Come on, everybody, that's epic, right? Being a part of such an epic franchise. I was like, what do you remember most about that experience?
Well, it was my first series, so I learned a lot as an actor. Like you learn on the job. It was on the job training of how to hit a mark and stunts and the ADR and all of the things. But what I remember most about it is the people, the lifelong bond that we have as a cast. But the cool thing is all the Power Ranger fans. And the fact that I get to be part of this franchise that continues on is very cool. Very, very grateful.
What do you remember about the audition? Like, what was it like? Did you expect to get it?
So it's kind of like, that's a good question. Do I expect to get it? No, I did not expect to get it. Now I expect to get things that I auditioned for. And that doesn't always happen. No, but it was an audition just like any other audition. I was just very true to the role, to the character, right? I was just true to the material. I didn't watch Power Rangers, so I didn't think about it being like, I didn't think about the stunts, I didn't think about that kind of stuff. I was just like true to the words on the page, which was this character of Maya, this very innocent, one with nature, in touch with humanity, sort of innocent, naive jungle girl from another planet. And I just did that, When they asked me to do like a high kick and the splits, and I could because, remember, Mom's Dance Studio, right?
Nice.
So at the time, Taibo, remember Taibo? I was doing that for exercise. So no, I did not expect to get it, but I did, and mean, the fact that we were still talking about it 25, how many years later is very cool.
Now, how do you go from Power Rangers
What? Who's talking? Why you just... The freaking cameraman just talking and shit.
That's what I'm trained to be aware of.
There's a Q&A session at the end. You...
Do it at the end?
Yeah. I'm professional.
So how do you transition from Power Rangers to not another teen movie?
Okay, so again, like as an actor, right? We're auditioning for all the things all the time. So horror movies, soap operas, guest stars on kids shows, guest stars on adult shows, guest stars on CW shows, you know what I mean? Adult meaning like, you know, whatever, HBO, right? And so
R-rated stuff.
not another teen movie came in, and I was like, oh my god, this is so funny. I would love to audition for any other role but the one that they wanted to see me for. And they were like, no, that's the role we want to see you for. And so what I learned in that moment at the young age of 21 was how the world saw me. Because I just was me, right? I just was me, like wanting to be an actor. But like, I was seen as, well, they can't say this now, but I was like too, they called me, I was ethnically ambiguous. So too ethnic. They can't say this now, right? Right? It's not PC. To play like the girl next door, all-American girl, right? So like I wasn't allowed to be seen for some of those other roles. Like they wanted to see me for this, like, to spoof Shannon Elizabeth, who was this foreign exchange student from America. So it was like, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And anyway, I got the job, I turned it down. I didn't think I could do it, and then the role came back to me, and I thought long and hard about it. When you decide to become an actor, as a young woman, you don't think about like nudity. Or I didn't think about that being like something that I'd be faced with, like a question that I would be faced with. So I didn't have an answer to that, you know? So I had to take a minute, think about it, and then obviously I said yes.
So how do you go from, talking about transitioning as an actor, you're putting yourself out there in all these different roles, and how do you go, so horror, comedy, action, family TV, all the things you just mentioned, right? How do you balance those different genres as an actor?
Well, I mean, I don't really feel like it's a balance. I just feel like as an actor, that's like why we become actors, is like we want to be able to like step in the shoes of all these different kinds of people and characters. I think of them as people with like different backstories and childhoods and history and stuff like that. Like that's the beauty of it, is that is to be able to have the I have the privilege to be able to like dance around in different characters. It is a privilege, yeah.
And how do you approach that when you're doing guest roles? So you've got, you know, with your other characters, you've got a little more storyline, you've got some backstory, but with guest roles, you've got, you know, it's a short-lived character life. How do you approach it?
I mean, if it's a comedy, like oh, don't go, do you hate me? Don't go. Okay, well, let's take pictures when we're done. Okay. So with comedy, like if I'm doing like a half hour, if I'm doing like a guest spot on like 2.5 Men, like playing Lulu, the call girl, I think she was, or right? And you know, you're not doing like deep dark character work. But if you're guest starring on a drama or whatever, like I always know like the life of the character. Like that's how I trained. I build the life of the character. And so because if I don't do all that work, actors are insecure like any other person, right? If like you don't do your homework and you go to take the test, you're like, your brain knows that you didn't study, right? And so if you show up on set and you have lines to say, and you know that you didn't, like, you don't actually know who this character is, then my brain can't know, like, nose can't not know that, right? And then I'm not in the moment. So it's like I dive deep, no matter if it's a series regular or if it's a guest star. Like, I do all my work, my homework, so I can show up feeling the most confident.
I love that. I can appreciate that as someone sitting here with the cards of research that I did. So I love that. So going from, you know, your sci-fi, action, sitcoms, horror, we keep talking about, you cover all of the genres. Is there one particular genre that feels most like you? Even though, I mean, as an actor, you're obviously stepping into these different shoes, but is there one that, you know, you feel most home at?
You know, my Disney show, have you guys have these little kids, children in the audience? Have you seen Stuck in the Middle? I'm the mom on Stuck in the Middle,
yeah.
Disney Channel. So that role, I got that audition to play the mom of 7 kids, and I was like, this is who I am. I've always wanted 7 kids. Like, this is like me, but not the me that the industry knows. They know these roles from Cabin Fever and other TV movie. People make assumptions based on your character, based on the roles that you've played, right? I'm like, no, this is. I come from a big family. Like, this is who I am. I auditioned for it. I called my agent, and I was like, I'm getting this job. And he was like, no, you're not.
It's mine, it's mine.
He was like, no, you're not. You're not gonna get it. Like, he was like, they want to go different direction, etc. I was like, okay, well, we'll see. And obviously it ended up being mine, but that role, I feel like Susie Diaz had a quirkiness to her, and well, that's the thing too, is then you're on a show like that, and the writers kind of start writing for your personality. So like, when they were like, wait, you'll take a pie to the face? Wait, you'll slide down the stairs, you know, and like through the banister? Wait, you'll do all these crazy stunts and all this fun stuff, and you're not afraid to get dirty and make an ugly face and be silly? And then they start writing for you, which is
I love that.
Yeah.
I love they adapt it to you.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh my goodness. So stepping into that TV mom role, like really just cemented for you.
And I wasn't a mom yet, and so many people were like, but you're not a mom. And I'm like, but doctors on doctor shows are not doctors. Like, newsflash, I'm an actor. But I am a mom now. I have a 7-year-old son.
Aww. So I want to know, so now that you're mom, and then also, you know, being a TV mom, do you feel a sense of pride? So those who don't know, Stuck in the Middle, it was a great show, 7 kids. Some of those kids are now really big known actors. Like, do you feel like a sense of pride? Like, you know,
Absolutely.
like, look at my kid is playing this iconic character of Wednesday Addams or Little Gamora, or, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, I love them all, right? But and it's a privilege to watch them. I could cry, shine. It's cool. This business is tough, and to enter it at such a young age is to be that vulnerable. When I started, there was no social media, so we were kind of protected. People would talk crap about you on IMDb. You know, if someone wanted to see a pretty picture of you, they'd have to like go buy the magazine at the magazine stand. It was a totally different time, and now these kids are like out there for everybody to judge everything at all times, any second, day and night. It makes me hurt for all children. It's a lot of energy, but it's a lot for those young actors. And people assume like, oh, they have it good, they have it, this comes easy, that like that stuff doesn't hurt them, but that's not true. You know, everybody's human.
So to touch on a fun moment for Stuck in the Middle, do you have like a favorite moment from shooting that show? That was hard to say.
I don't have like a favorite moment. I was very present when I did that show. Maybe it was because of my age, but there are times in my life, like I do not remember all of the episodes of Power Rangers, right? I don't, like I'll watch them with my son, I'm like, I have no memory of that whatsoever, you know? But I was so present on Stuck in the Middle, And I also I'd lived enough life in this business to know that nothing lasts forever, no series lasts forever. And so every day when I got to pull into work and I had a parking spot and I got to go in and there was writers writing jokes for me and I got to do what I love and be a part of something, be a TV mom to tons of kids out there, I was so grateful and present that I couldn't pick one moment. It was just all really great. I mean, honestly, auditioning with Jenna, my chemistry read with Jenna Ortega, that was pretty special. I was like, this girl's amazing, and she's helping me get this job right now because it's all about connection acting, right? And she was connecting with me far deeper than many adult actors that I've worked with, It's very cool.
So moving on from acting, let's talk about published author.
Oh yeah.
And so what inspired you to write?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'm an idea person. I always have a lot of ideas. And my girlfriend and I, my best friend and I were taking a trip to New York City, and there was some middle-aged, overweight man telling women how to eat fat-free. And I was like, that makes me mad. And it was something called Calorie Commando on the Food Network. And I was like, no thanks, sir. Nope. And I was like, if anybody should be talking to women about eating, it should just be other women. And so she and I came up with this idea, Jodie Lipper and I, to redefine the term hot chick. So not a physical hotness, but an inner beauty and confidence that's supportive to other women. And we wrote our first book. Girl, how to eat like a hot chick. The hot chick. Eat what you love how you feel. How to love like a hot chick. The girlfriend to girlfriend advice for about love. I can't remember the subtitles right now for some reason. And we did 3 books, Live Like a Hot Chick with HarperCollins, and then I wrote my first baby book a few years ago called Everybody Has a Belly Button. It teaches children about diversity, skin color, our similarities and our differences, just like we teach them the colors of the rainbow. I'm teaching them their skin colors. Anyway, so yeah, I have many other books I've written that aren't sold yet, and screenplays, and I'm writing a lot these days, and I hope to do more of it.
That's great, getting all sorts of media and touching into podcasting too, right?
I did a podcast.
Yeah. You're Raising Amazing.
I didn't. We did 2 seasons of that. I did it with a doctor. He asked me to be a part of it, and it was great. But he's busy, and so we did 2 seasons and we stopped. But I'm interested in doing another podcast at some point.
I feel like that would be a good avenue for you if you're an idea person, get those ideas.
I have a few ideas for podcasts too, but those are a lot of work. It's a weekly.
They are a lot of work.
Then when you go, do you do a podcast?
I used to do a YouTube show and stuff like that. So
So if you're going away to film something or what, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot
of editing, a lot of ideas. Yeah, it's a lot. And then putting it out there, make sure you're labeling everything correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
Social media,
all of it,
all the things.
Using our hashtags.
So much. All the stuff we do that nobody notices. I see
all the details. So you played all these characters, all these different genres, dabbled in all this media. But I want to know, if you got the choice to be a part of another franchise, what would it be and why?
Pressure. The Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The why? Because
it's Star Wars.
My son might love me more.
Hey.
Yeah.
Star Wars is life in my house, so I understand. My 4-year-old watches episode 1 multiple times a day. Yeah, I do it. 4, 7, or so 4, 11, and 22.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
That's awesome.
Now we're just hanging out. Oh, you guys are just still here.
Oh yeah, where's the
Sorry. So is there a role that you haven't played yet that is on your dream list?
Yes, let's see. I'd love to be in a musical. I did a film, it didn't turn out very well, But I did a film where I got to sing and like record a song. We filmed in Italy. That was very cool. But I would do like some musical situation. I'd love to play a period piece, like period. Like I did a 1950s mafia movie that comes out next year, but or this year maybe. But so that was period-esque. But yeah, some sort of period drama would be very cool. Someone came up to me recently and was like, "You've never played a vampire." I was like, "I haven't. Let's go. Let's do that."
I mean, there's a couple of guys upstairs that might have
Right.
connections. I don't know. That's if you want to sparkle, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say any period?
Yeah. What? Any particular period?
I mean, I feel like 20s, like roaring 20s would be so cool.
It would be
right?
so. You'd be so cute with one of those little cute bobs.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to. Yeah, something like that would be really fun.
Oh, I like that. Is there a particular director that you'd ever like your dream director?
I mean, can I work with Tarantino? I mean, he knows me. I was in Cabin Fever. It was number 19 on Tarantino's favorite list. So
Let's put that
Tarantino,
first.
please.
Put it out
I mean,
there.
there's so many directors that I would love to work with, but if you're making me pick one, then he's the first person that came to mind.
And that's a pretty good choice. Pretty good choice. We're going to turn to the audience. Who's got questions?
Yes.
Raise your hand. Marsha's going to come around with the microphone.
Oh,
Hi.
hi, my name is Chris. Big fan of Power Rangers. I've literally watched every season, every episode.
Hold on one second. Hey, oh hi. Are you with the show? Yeah. Oh, you are with the show? Yeah. Okay, just making
Yeah,
sure,
he's with
because
the
I know
show.
as an actor I have to be always aware where the cameras are. Okay. Okay.
Well, Lost Galaxy was honestly one of my favorite seasons just because there were so many different layers to the season compared to other seasons of Power Rangers. And when it comes to Lost Galaxy, what was your favorite story arc of that season? That especially because there was just so many different ones that really stand out in my opinion.
I don't really have a favorite storyline. I have honestly my favorite episodes were the first two. Was sort of the entry point into Lost Galaxy and how we became the Power Rangers, and specific to my character falling through a portal and rolling down the hill and landing at the feet of the Rangers. Like it felt very much like my life. Like I had sort of like just sort of moved to LA and like I didn't know what I was doing and ended up on a TV show, you know? And that's not answering your question, but that was my favorite. Obviously, as an actor, like any episodes that I have like more to do. So like the episode where my friend comes to visit, or the episode where I rode the horse bareback, or where I got in the fight with that monster on the beach, whatever that one was. Like I like want to, you want more to do. It's more fun to like be a part of the story rather than just be saying like it's over there, no, it's over here, oh no, like you know what I mean. The more you get to do, the more you have to sink your teeth into, the more fun you have on set. You know?
Did you actually get to ride the horse?
Yeah, bareback.
That's so
in a
fun.
skirt.
Oh gosh.
Think about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? Raise your hand if you have a question.
Does anybody else smell smoke?
Yeah, I smell it. Can we have the side door closed?
As long as it's just like
Yeah.
a cigarette, not like anything.
No, it smells like a cigarette.
It smells like a cigarette. Okay.
So you mentioned having done like theater and stuff before, so you probably had to do.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. Surprise.
You mentioned having to do like theater and stuff
Yeah.
before, and you probably had to do cattle call auditions and things like that. If you've ever had like pre-prepared like 2-minute monologues or something, do you remember like what your favorite go-to one was?
Are you an actor?
Yeah, I've done acting.
Yeah, the fact that you called it cattle call right there.
So.
Well, I have 2 degrees in theater, so.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome. So, I didn't go to a ton of cattle call auditions. I feel like I lucked out. I started college. I was in theater school, in a theater class, and a Hollywood agent came to talk to our class, and I asked him to be my agent. And I went and did a monologue for him. I don't remember what it was. And he signed me, and then suddenly I was auditioning. And so I was, there was a few like commercial cattle calls. Like I went to a couple like music video cattle calls. I was like, this is not my jam. Like I can't stand out in this crowd, So I kind of lucked out in that way. Like I was never like in a room with hundreds of people waiting for hours and hours. Maybe one of 30 or something, right? But it's funny because I teach an acting class for a studio called AGB, which is called Actors Giving Back. So they have a lot of Disney Channel actors and Nickelodeon actors teach students. And it's funny, I don't remember any of the monologues that I ever had to do in my career for some reason. But I kind of, I didn't have to do very many of them, and then I started working. So then I had like tape, you know what I mean? Which I feel like when you have to do a monologue for an agent, it's like before you started really working. And I have monologues in movies they can watch, you know what I mean? So, and I've done thousands of auditions, thousands probably, since 1998, 97. A lot of auditions.
That is a lot of auditions. Who's got another question? Okay, yeah, you can have it.
So, Not Another Teen Movie and Cabin Fever, two of my favorite movies ever.
Yay! I wish you guys would come closer, because this feels like it could be a very intimate conversation.
Yeah.
All of you, if you all want to come closer.
Come to the front.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Come on, AJ, come to the front.
Come on, AJ.
Do you remember that?
Awesome. There we go. Okay, so two of your favorite movies. Yeah.
So, like I was saying, Not Another Teen Movie and Cabin Fever, two of my favorite movies. However, they are both drastically different genres.
Definitely.
Not Another Teen Movie is a satire, parody piece about rom-coms and very hysterical. And then Cabin Fever is, bodily horror and gore and all that.
Also funny though.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yes.
watch get the 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really the 4K. It just came out in 4K,
Really?
and we just did a screening of Cabin Fever in LA again, where we had the premiere 20-some years ago, and we got to watch it in a theater full of people. Yeah, no, so fun. So fun. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, so my question with that is, two just drastically different genres. Which did you have more fun filming, being on set for?
I definitely had more fun on Cabin Fever because the nature of my role in Not Another Teen Movie required me to be sort of sequestered away from the other actors because I was like in a robe in another room until like we got called to set, or until like actually we were filming, And there was the kid in the movie, I think was like 14 or something, and per union rules, you can't have another actor. You can't have an actress on set or actor that's doing maybe in the same scene or even working the same day. So I actually got cut from a few scenes because of that, because just the nature of the character. But I was terrified to do that role, right? The accents were so funny, and I worked really hard on them, with my coach at the time, and I thought the whole movie was so funny, and I got to work with so many wonderful people. But because the actual shooting days, I was just in a trailer all alone, and then they take me to set, I do my scenes, and then they take me back. That's per union rules. So even though I was in a robe, So Cabin Fever was just a blast. We got a week of rehearsals, so we filmed in North Carolina actually. And so we all went out and we rehearsed for a week, so we got to know each other and went to dinner every night and sat in the hot tub and just bonded. And then we filmed the movie on film. So a couple takes and that's it, right? And there was a magic that happened there that it was really special. But it was so great. It was Not Another Teen Movie. They helped me get the role for Cabin Fever because I was doing press for that movie, and Eli saw that and then brought me in for an audition. So, just really grateful to all of it. Are you an actor as well? Okay. Film. I love it. Well, yay. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a good question.
But also to follow up on that, it's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to, as an actor, speak to you now, right? You want to be able to do sketch comedy, do multi-camera half-hour comedy, understand single-camera half-hour comedy, know the tricks of how to do a horror movie, do the more over-the-top kind of a horror movie, and then like a psychological crazy person thriller horror movie, and play the scared mom and the worried mom and the crazy mom and the nurturing mom. Like I want to, you have to be able to like boom, 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 tap into all of that like quickly. And I feel like after this many years, I can. And I'm really grateful that I've been able to like diversify when they told me I couldn't.
Ha, take that.
Anything
Hollywood.
else? Anyone? Questions? AJ? You said nothing on your mind?
Oh. Well, thank you so much for being here with us at Big Lick Comic Con. We don't have any other questions, so we will wrap it up, and then you can go back to your table if you want to go and see her and get a photo with her and autographs and all that. I don't know if you have merch or anything there, but
Come on over. Yeah,
come over, hang out. And if you think of those questions, then take it to her table. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks
A round
for
of
coming,
applause.
guys. Thank you so
For
much.
Cerina
You're
Vincent.
wonderful.
Thank you.
We
We're
could talk
gonna
for
do a
hours.
picture.
Okay. Yeah.
We're the same age too, by the way.
Are we?
Here we are. I was thinking you look great
You
the whole
look
time.
great.
Oh, I'm still talking to the microphone right now.
I think I'm good.